Hey mama, welcome to the podcast. My name is Jocelyn. I'm a fellow mom of 5. I've struggled with pregnancy. It has been so hard. And today we are going to talk about nutritionally supporting your pregnancy, which is something that I also feel is neglected in pregnancy along with mental health. I encourage strong mental health through the mindset exercises that I talk about on this podcast, and realizing that you need to take care of your mind and your thoughts during pregnancy as well as your body. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, fellow mom of 5 and host of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find the positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life. And I can help you. Let's find positivity during our pregnancies and in our motherhood together. Thanks for joining. Hey mama, if you are new here, my name is Jocelyn and I live in America in the great state of Idaho. I have 4 kids and just wanted to share a little bit about me in this episode. I have brunette hair and I also have a blonde spot that grows right up front. My hair has always grown those 2 colors, which is kind of unique and fun and a little bit different about me. So that's a little bit about me. If you are new here, I have grown into the love of motherhood, and I hope that as you listen to this podcast, as you implement what I teach through podcasts, mindset exercises, and things you implement, that you will find more positivity, not only in your pregnancy, but in your motherhood. Because everything I teach you here about mindset work can also work in motherhood. So I encourage you to do this work in your motherhood as well. Today we're going to talk a little bit, this is only briefly because my episodes are short, about nutritionally supporting pregnancy and birth. Now, when I was pregnant with my first child, I thought it was a free-for-all. I was so excited that I could eat what I wanted when I wanted because I was going to gain weight anyway, and so it didn't matter. And I ate what I wanted when I wanted, and it wasn't the most healthy options. And that first birth resulted in preeclampsia, which was actually eclampsia because I was seizing with it. And for the very few of us that have had HELLP syndrome, I had HELLP syndrome. And I have since done a tremendous amount of research on pregnancy, on diet and pregnancy. My mom has done a lot of research on it for me. And we have found that there are ways of eating that can reduce the chances of preeclampsia. There are statistics on it, especially if you look into Tom Brewer. He studied and did a lot of research on diet, eating well, and preeclampsia. And the findings and their statistics versus other statistics, like of people who were not eating healthy, they were different. And it is healthy, but they also, like, there is like a protocol. So if you are feeling like you want to prevent preeclampsia, I would look into Tom Brewer and some of the studies he did with pregnancy and the diets that he talked about. If you want to get healthy without doing a lot of research, I highly recommend that you ditch food labels. Sodas especially. Get rid of sodas, get rid of highly processed sugars, highly processed flours, anything processed, and start eating more whole foods. Now, I thought it was a free-for-all because I think in my younger mind I was more concerned about the weight gain. Like, it was okay to gain weight during pregnancy, but when I wasn't pregnant, I didn't want to gain the weight. But as I've done more research, I realized how much nutrition is good for like not just our body and preventing preeclampsia, but it is also so good for your little baby. There are things like that nutrients that as you eat, it provides for the baby, which can help set your baby up for success before they're even born. As I've done more and more research on this, I feel more and more empowered and impassioned, I guess, if that's the right way to put it, to share with you that eating right during your pregnancy is really important, not just for you, but for your sweet little baby. Now, there is one part of this caveat, I guess you could call it, that I want to put out there is I don't want you to feel guilt if it's too hard to eat healthy, especially if you're in that first trimester. I remember for a couple of my first trimesters, I really could only eat what sounded good and everything else just made me want to barf, dry heave, and be sick, which is not fun. I realized that some nutrition, some food, sometimes is better than no food, and I have been in that season. So don't feel guilt over this, but do try a little bit harder. Try to add an apple, try to add more protein, try to incorporate a salad here and there. Mama, you can try. Like I say, if you're in your first trimester, just say, I'll try a little harder when I'm feeling a little better, which I get. I've been there. If you're past that, though, try a little harder to eat a little healthier so that you can nutritionally better support your pregnancy and your baby during pregnancy. This is an amazing gift that we can give not only our baby, but ourselves, because as we eat healthier, we actually feel better. We have a little more energy. I think I did a whole podcast episode on food ideas for the first trimester if you're struggling, because with my fifth baby, I struggled. Eating more often is something for the first trimester too. Eat every 2 hours and try and have it be nutrient-dense food like your proteins and maybe like yogurts and probiotics, stuff that will actually feed your body and help you to feel better. And believe it or not, as I found with my fifth baby that if I ate more protein, I actually felt a little better, like not quite so sick. So give that a try, Mama. These are things for you to try to help you nutritionally support your pregnancy. You're probably like, okay, that was really short advice, and it was, but I want you to try it. If it has a food label, try to not eat it. Try to have more whole things, your meats, your vegetables, your fruits, your dairies. I realize dairies have food labels, but you know what I'm meaning with food labels. I'm mostly talking about highly processed foods. Eat better. Try and implement one thing to eat better this week. And I also wanted to give you a mindset tip. So, actually 2 mindset tips. The first one is don't make yourself feel guilty over this. Try a little bit harder, but let go of the guilt. We're not going to go there, so don't go there with the guilt. The second is one of the things I talk about all the time on this podcast. It is gratitude to change your attitude. And I'm going to ask you to do something that I don't think I've ever done on my podcast or I've ever encouraged. I always encourage gratitude, but it's usually either written down or in your own mind. But this week, I want you to share 3 things you're grateful for with 2 different people. That is different, but it helps you notice things that you are grateful for. So I'll give you an example. I was riding in the car with my kids today, and I just said, I am so grateful that we have vehicles. They drive us long places. They can drive us great amount of distances. We were driving about 10 or 15 miles away, and we can stay cool while doing it. We had the air conditioner on, and we were cool in like 95-degree weather. It was amazing. So find 3 things you're grateful for and tell it to 2 different people. That will help you to get in the attitude of gratitude and also sharing it. Sharing it can be contagious, and maybe they will want to find 3 things that they are grateful for. Gratitude can change your attitude, Mama. Believe me, I have used and implemented enough that it does make a difference, so it is worth trying. Okay, I do want to sum this up for you. Try to eat something without a food label to improve your health this week, to nutritionally be better for you and for baby. And the second tip, don't feel guilt over it if you are struggling with that. It's okay, let the guilt go. And the third tip is to use gratitude and tell it to someone, to 2 different people if you can. And we will chat again next week. If you want more support, I have a ton of videos that I have made specific to pregnancy that can help you in these endeavors, especially mentally, to help your mindset to overcome the hardships and the pains that these physical things can do to our body, but getting our mind out of the gutter and out of the negative spiral. Negative thoughts can be very prevalent, but I have found that as I changed my thoughts, even though my physical pain didn't change, I did better during pregnancy. And I know it can change you and help you to do better during pregnancy too, mama. So check out my website at positivityinpregnancy.com. And if you have any questions, email me. It's the same words, positivityinpregnancy@gmail.com. I love to hear from my listeners. It actually doesn't happen very often. So if you feel like you would like to email me and get a response, I do respond to all my emails. And I would love to try and help you out. If you've got questions or if you have anything you want to chat about, I would love to hear from you. positivityinpregnancy@gmail.com. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts and becoming the mother that you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. Thanks for joining. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward in your motherhood. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.